So what is a dispute on credit? So a dispute is something that basically you don't agree with on your credit report, whether it's fraudulent or it is something maybe you just forgot about in the past from a prior creditor. But most often we see this in that a creditor charges you an amount of money that you end up having to pay and you just don't agree with it. And then you just don't end up paying it. Well, what happens is said creditor eventually ends up selling this to a credit collections company who then, charges interest on top of the original payment as an incentive for you to actually paying that line of credit off. So what you can end up doing is disputing the charge and everything. So if you have Credit Karma, it's very easy to just dispute something. Now, it's good and bad in that it could prevent any fraudulency or anything that maybe you really aren't associated with. However, when it comes to purchasing a home, it's a lot of challenges. It's very challenging. So based on what loan program you go with, there are different guidelines on what is an acceptable dispute, what is not. So easiest to start is with FHA. The FHA, you are not allowed to have a cumulative amount of disputes that are greater than $1,000. So if you have a dispute, basically you either have to pay the dispute down, settle it for under $1,000 cumulatively, you undispute it, or in some instances, if you end up having a police report, there are other steps that you can go into to make that an approvable situation. But typically, you have to make the payment below $1,000 or undispute it. Conventional is what's called per findings. So more often than not, we have to have that paid down, that dispute paid down or off. But it really is just dependent upon what our automated underwriting system says when we plug your loan into the system. So it'll come and spit out basically a recommendation on what you need to do to get an approval on the loan for a conventional loan. USDA, United States Department of Agriculture, as well as VA, Veterans Affairs, they do not allow disputes on credit. Okay, so if you have any dispute whatsoever, even if it was settled, you would have to get that dispute off of your credit report. There can be no verbiage of dispute actually on the credit report. So, but that's basically it in terms of what disputes are and how it affects you getting a mortgage. Again, it is helpful as an everyday consumer of credit. However, when you're purchasing a home, there are many challenges you do have to overcome. So if you're an individual who needs help with your credit to get your credit score increased, or if you have more questions about disputes and what to do if you're looking to purchase a home, please reach out to me. I'm always available. If I can't help you, we do have good, referral friends and partners that we work with that can also help you out.